Interquest corridor in North Colorado Springs has become a hot spot for restaurants in town.
And it's home to tonight's high and low scoring kitchens. Here's this week's Restaurant Roundup.
It wasn't a terrible score, but the Omelets Etc on Interquest did rack up more than any other restaurant last week, although the 9 violations on July 29th is actually an improvement from the 14 found last November. Some of the reasons it failed this time include a server using a bare hand to add a lemon to a drink, a cook with gloves put raw meat onto the grill, then continued cooking with the same gloves. Instead of washing, rinsing, and sanitizing a cutting board, the restaurant was only using a chlorine sanitizer to clean it, and liquid eggs at Omelets Etc were being kept on the cook line well above the required temperature. Something we had to ask about.
The egg temperature was a surprise.
The general manager said he was out last week when the inspector stopped by, and 6 days later was still in the dark about what was found.
Have you seen the report yet, or did you see the violations?
No.
He said it's a relatively new crew in the kitchen, and not everyone is fully trained.
Try to do our best.
But he doesn't feel that customers should feel unsafe eating here. Omelets Etc did pass its re-inspection. We do have one perfect score this week. It's a Freddy's frozen custard and steak burgers. Other high scores include the Papa John's on Lake Woodmore in Monument, the Trinity Brewing Company on Garden of the Gods, and the Capriottis sandwich shop also on Interquest. Capriottis is a chain restaurant known for its classic cheesesteak and the Bobby, basically Thanksgiving on a bun. But the owners of this location and 2 others in town are local and treat it like a family-run restaurant.
It's very much so a family business. My cousin moved out here last year, so he's helping me out at the Barnes store. I went to a couple high school graduations for some of my high school students that work for me, got invited to some of their parties, so really we care about the employees like they are our own family.
And in turn, they make sure to maintain high food safety standards to help Capriottis succeed.
Kristen's husband and the co-owner, Ron, is actually a class of '85 graduate of the Air Force Academy. They've been selling sandwiches there during football games for the past 4 years. So if you go to a Falcons game this fall, look for Capriottis. Kristen, congratulations on your top score award.
Keep an eye out for the KRDO 13 Restaurant Roundup Awards at your favorite restaurant to know the kitchen is clean.
Kristen said even before we contacted them about their high scores, she was already sending her staff at each store a link to our story each week to make sure no one was doing some of the violations found at the other restaurants. Pretty smart. One of her goals was to be featured on Restaurant Roundup. So happy to make that happen for her and the rest of the staff there.
Yeah, great marketing for that restaurant,
It
too.
helps. We'll be right back.